You're putting bleach on your head. It's crazy, and you're gonna feel a thing. It's an 8-week brew?
About 8 weeks, yeah.
I'm gonna bleach it. Going into hour 2. Okay, so first of all, I just bleached my hair. Look at that, fresh, icy. One thing that always kind of comes up, especially when I bleach my hair, is everybody that one, either wants to bleach their hair and go platinum blonde, or two, everybody that thinks that it's just kind of a really easy, simple process and people don't know what actually goes into bleaching your hair. This video is going to actually take you through the process of me bleaching my hair, so that if you're gonna do this, if you wanna do it, you probably want all the details first. It might scare you off a little bit, but I mean, you kind of have to know if you're gonna go all for it, especially since my hair is black like my eyebrows and my coffee and my soul. It is a 6-hour day, sometimes a little more than 6 hours, but never less than 5 hours. So I have an appointment with Kelly Christine, who's been my hair colorist for over a year now. I show up probably about 2:30. I get in, sit in my chair, and then Kelly immediately does like a quick little cleanup with a quick little snip. We jump right into bleaching. I take some milk thistle because usually by the end of the process, I'm probably like 3 glasses of champagne and wine deep, and sometimes coffee as well. Coffee and alcohol are really hard on your liver, so I always like to take like some good milk thistle. I always come in with extra strength Excedrin, which I normally pop immediately after getting in the chair. Like once the bleaching comes in, like it just is a very agitating feeling that's not fun. Lots of water because I'm taking the Excedrin. Lots of water because, I mean, obviously your body's like working a lot with the bleach on your head, so you're gonna get a little dehydrated. So always lots of water and to balance out the alcohol. Once she puts the bleach in, we start from the back of my head because that's usually where your hair is the darkest and the most coarse, per Kelly, and I believe her because she is a professional. Through here and then up along the sides, and then eventually start hitting the top from the back as well, back forward. I think people expect it to be worse than it actually is. I think some people are really sensitive and don't, I mean, granted, it's bleach. You're putting bleach on your head. It's crazy, and you're gonna feel a thing. It's like an agitation feeling, like an itch that you can't scratch. Like it's just kind of there, and it's just like, it just like is annoying and agitating, but I wouldn't necessarily say that it burns or hurts. I like to come in with my hair not being washed for a couple days because you have the natural barrier of oils. Kelly then also puts in some other product to kind of make sure it's not as intense. And I think she also throws in a little Olaplex as well. You know when you're about to get in the shower and you expect it to be warm, but it actually is like a little colder, and it's like, ooh, it's like that ooh moment of like, that was a shock. It's kind of like that when the bleach is on your head. First like 20 to 30 seconds, it's kind of like that ooh, and then it like calms down, and then you kind of get used to it because then the bleach is moving all around. So that ooh feeling just kind of follows you. It's like ooh, 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 like a bird. Doesn't burn, but it really like warms up your scalp, like a seat warmer, but like on your head. A hot summer day, but like not like where you're sweating, more of just like, ooh, it's warm out, I need a tank top. It's more like that. And the burning comes later. Once the hair is layered with all of the bleach, then it's time for the heat. Kelly usually starts by putting like one of those hair bags. They're not hair bags, what are they called? There's like a more professional technical term for them. It's not a hair net because it's plastic, but it's like a plastic. There's a picture here that you can see, you know what I'm talking about. Hair mat, not a mask, I don't know. It's a plastic bag that you put on your head. Keeps all of the heat in there, help lift the color a little more. Then Kelly will come in with the blow dryer and she'll kind of hit certain spots. And then she gets one of those like hair thingies, the big like alien pods. She puts one of those over my head, which is like a big hair dryer, hair fryer. I don't know what that's called either. Giant helmet of like heat. While I'm sitting there under all this heat, I'm usually watching Kardashians or some show that Kelly tells me I have to watch because she's obsessed with it. This time it was Euphoria, which is actually really good. It's that show in Zendaya, and it's like really intense, but like it's actually good. I probably get work done in the first like 20 to 30 minutes, usually up until we apply the bleach. But for the most part, like after the first hour, it's not really easy to take calls or to type anything. There's just a lot going on, and you have bleach burning your scalp. Like, sorry, screw me, the balance police. we'll rinse out the current bleach with cold water, and then we'll do a couple of little spot reapply. Usually like if it's a little yellow in like this spot or wherever, she'll add a little more bleach. So we'll do a second round of bleaching. Every time's different. Sometimes we've done like a full, you know, head of bleach for the second time, and most of the time it's really just like certain areas that need to be touched up. Then we wash all of that out, and then we chill. We do a mask. Usually it's some type of Olaplex. It's lots of good stuff and hydrating, hair bonding builders that Kelly concocts together in a fun little mask, and that stays there for a minute. Well, actually a lot of minutes. We want to make sure my hair doesn't fall out. I've built a brand and an image, so I'm not switching back anytime soon. I can sit there and do hours of bleach. I can sit there with the bleach and the heat. It's not a fun process, but I can tolerate it. The worst part is the toning process, especially because the toner that we use has ammonia in it, and it continues to lift the color of the hair. So it's got some strong chemicals. Everything that I came in with that like coated my scalp is gone at this point. And now we're putting more chemicals and another like hair color lifter back on my scalp. That's not fun. Usually starts off like a really soft purple, like a really light lavendery pinkish lilac, and then eventually it gets like really purple, and it's toning my hair so that it washes out all of the yellow tones and it looks more icy white, silvery. That burns like a bitch. I'm not gonna lie. Burns like a bitch. It doesn't burn for like ever. It's like, it's like an aggressive like, ha. And then you kind of just have to sit through it for like the first 30 seconds. And after the first 30 seconds, I've learned it just kind of, your scalp gets used to it and you adjust to it. First time we tried it, I was like, ooh, no, it's burning too much. I can't do it. Ended up using a lighter, more milder toner. But now we use the stronger toner because we've built up to the stronger toner. I don't know the formulas just because she doesn't even reveal those secrets with me. They're like kept in a vault. I just know that there's a more intense toner. I think it's probably closer to like 15 to 20 minutes. We wash that out, breathe for a sec before she goes in, starts drying it, styling it, and cutting it again so that it's not a hot mess. This is probably one of my favorite colors that we've gotten it, just because it has a little more, it's not like so white, but it's white and icy, but just a hint of like a silver shine to it, which I'm really digging. So this video is not to kind of deter you from bleaching your hair. I'm not going back dark anytime soon, not unless my hair is like falling out. I think you just need to know. Like, and I mean, some of the other things, like in addition to it being like uncomfortable and it hurting, I've also talked about like some of the scabbing that I have. So this last round, which is not fault of Kelly at all. I'm not saying that this is Kelly's issue. This is kind of just one of the casualties of like what happens when you go through this process. The back of my hair was really dry. Usually the scabbing is like kind of like a yellowy gauzy kind of scabbing, but this time it got a little bloody. These are the things you have to prepare for. You move through it, you put some hair mask, you put some aloe vera, some coconut oil, you kind of just work through it, try not to screw up the color, and you just kind of learn as you go. And look, I haven't stopped doing it, I'm not gonna stop doing it. I just think when people come to me and they think it's an easy process, they think it's a quick process and they wanna do it and they're like, yeah, I'll go in for 2 hours and it'll be done. No, you come in for 2 hours and your hair is going to be orangey yellow. You're probably gonna look like Ronald McDonald if he had strawberry blonde hair. It's gonna look ugly. It takes time. It's a lot of money because there's a lot of maintenance that also comes in between. I mean, for a 5 to 6 hour process, that's not easy. It looks great, but the process isn't amazing. So like, just know that going into it. This is just my experience. Some people have lighter hair and have a much easier experience. Some people, just don't bleach it altogether. You have to have a really good stylist that works with you, that continues to build and perfect the look with you every time. I think Kelly is amazing at that. We definitely have a really good kind of relationship. You have to be patient. You have to know that it's not an easy process. And then at the end of the day, you can look cute for the gram. If you have any other questions about my hair, about bleaching, about maintaining the integrity of your hair after bleaching, or like what I do to kind of treat some of the scabs or the dryness or whatever the case may be, or how we prepare going into the bleaching process, any other questions, or if you just want to say that my hair looks cute, then leave a comment below, because I'm not gonna turn away your validation. Boom, 5 hours later, but we have finally reached that platinum perfection. Look at that color. Took a minute, but we nailed it.